Now, in order to understand respiration, children, it is very necessary that we understand what is breathing. Underline the first 3 lines of the page. This is giving you the definition of breathing. And breathing you have heard before also, children. Breathing is a process in which we take in fresh air, that is oxygen, and we give out the foul air, that is carbon dioxide. Now, this breathing is also related with respiration, because respiration is a complex process, and this respiration also involves breathing with it. It involves breathing as well as there is something more additional to breathing, and that is the oxidation of the digested food in order to release energy. That means with the breathing, when the breaking down of the food takes place to release energy, that process is termed to be respiration. Now, every time we breathe in air, that is, we breathe in oxygen, that oxygen has to play some role inside our body. And that role that is played by the oxygen inside our body is, it helps in the digestion of the food in order to release the energy. This is known as respiration. These lines you have already written, children. That is the definition of respiration. Respiration is a fundamental process of energy release in all living organisms. Energy is released by the breaking down of the digested foodstuff during the process of respiration. It is a fundamental process which takes place in all the living cells, because otherwise, if it is not taking place, children, energy will not be released. And for doing any metabolic activity or doing any physical activity, we require a lot of energy. So that energy which is required by our body, that gets fulfilled due to the respiration that takes place in our body. It is a catabolic process. Now, why is it considered to be a catabolic process, children? Because it is the breakdown occurs during this process. That means the breaking down of the food stuff or the glucose occurs during this process. That is why it is termed to be a catabolic process. The energy-rich foodstuffs such as the glucose or the fructose are changed into water and carbon dioxide. That means the end products of this respiration are water, carbon dioxide, and the release of energy also is there. This energy that is released, children, it is always stored in the form of ATP molecules. ATP is adenosine triphosphate molecules. Now, there is a word reaction given over here, children. You can see the food that we eat, when it combines with the oxygen, it breaks down into carbon dioxide, water and energy. Now, this carbon dioxide is actually the carbon dioxide which is released out during breathing process. See on the next page, children. Respiration includes breathing as well as oxidation of the food in the cells of the organisms to release energy. Right? Underline this. Do you know, children? Mitochondria are the sites for the aerobic respiration that takes place in the cells. Now, respiration is also of 2 types, children. One is aerobic respiration and another is anaerobic respiration. If the respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen, it is termed to be aerobic. And if the respiration takes place in the absence of oxygen, it is termed to be anaerobic. Now, there's an activity given over here in your books, children. To carry out the fermentation of the sugar by using anaerobic respiration of yeast. Now, what they have done is they have taken some sugar solution, or you can even take some fruit juice, and then in a test tube, and then a little bit of yeast is added to it, and then close the mouth of the test tube, and after leave it undisturbed for some time. After some time, when you will open the cork and you will smell it, you will see it smells like ethanol. And a gas is released during this process. Now, this gas which is released during this process, it is carbon dioxide, children. And this carbon dioxide, if it is passed through lime water, it turns milky. Right? Now, this yeast is also used for fermentation purposes, and it is also used in the baking industries for making cakes and pastries, because when it is being added and when sugar is added to the dough, then it makes the dough rise, and that gives a lot of puffiness, a lot of you see they are very soft and spongy. So that sponginess, that softness of the cakes and the pastries is basically because of the yeast that is being added. Come on the next slide, children. There are certain points to remember. In this it is written, children, sometimes, generally the athletes must have experienced this while they are running on the field, and if they are running very fast, then they develop some muscle cramps. Now what is this muscle cramps and how it get developed is, when they are running, then the amount of oxygen that is being taken in is less in comparison to the oxygen that is being used up. That means a lot of energy is required. When the athletes are running, they use up a lot of energy of the body, and in that ratio the amount of oxygen that is being taken inside a body is less, and the oxygen that is being used at that particular time is more. As a result, the muscles of the legs, basically, they start doing anaerobic respiration. As a result of this anaerobic respiration, children, lactic acid is being produced and it starts getting accumulated in the muscle cells. And this lactic acid accumulation causes the muscle cramp. Now this lactic acid, if it is produced, children, the muscle cramps are there. How can they get relieved of this muscle cramp? It is generally relieved by taking a hot water bath or massaging that particular portion. So when we massage, then the circulation of the blood in that muscles, it starts, and thus the pain gets subsided down, or the muscle cramp gets relieved. There's a knowledge enhancer that was asked to be written in the notebook, children. The anaerobic respiration in the plants such as yeast produces ethanol as well as carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide which is released gives the puffiness to the cake. The anaerobic respiration in animal muscles produces the lactic acid as the end product. You all know, children, during the daytime, as long as the plant gets the sunlight, it performs the process of photosynthesis. That is how the plants are able to make the food. Along with the photosynthesis process that goes on, children, even the respiration process goes on along with it. During the daytime, the plant undergoes both the processes. That means it does the photosynthesis as well as respiration. But at night, because the sunlight is not there, then only respiration occurs in the plant. So that means, in short, children, respiration is a process that goes on all 24/7 in the plants. So with that note, we begin what the book says. During the daytime hours, a plant builds up food, that is glucose and starch, by the process of photosynthesis. It also breaks down. Now, because the photosynthesis takes place simultaneously, respiration is also taking place. So the food that is being made, it keeps on getting broken down by the process of respiration. And so, for the process of respiration, children, carbon dioxide is required, and that carbon dioxide and oxygen are being interchanged during the process during the daytime in the plants. That means, children, respiration in plant involves the exchange of oxygen as well as carbon dioxide. Oxygen and carbon dioxide together are known as the respiratory gases. Now, how this happens, that is what we see. At night, when photosynthesis process stops, then the plant only will break down the food, and so that process is respiration. At that time, the leaves will only take in oxygen. Now, because at that time photosynthesis has totally stopped, so the plant is only doing respiration, and respiration is just like breathing, children. So they also take in oxygen at night and start giving out carbon dioxide. That is why you must have heard from your grandmothers and from your grandfather and all those elderly people that one should not sleep under the trees at night. This is the reason why one should not sleep under the trees at night, children, because the trees also keep taking in oxygen at night and they keep giving out carbon dioxide. So once if you are sleeping under the trees at night, children, so the atmosphere over there contains a lot of carbon dioxide and less amount of oxygen. In plants, respiration takes place in different ways. Plants respire through their parts such as the stem, roots and leaves. That means every part of the plant body does the process of respiration. All the parts of the plant perform respiration individually. So we see respiration in roots, children. Underline the first three lines, children. The roots of a plant take the oxygen required for respiration from the air that is present in between the soil particles, and the process is by diffusion. You know, the roots are there inside the soil, and inside the soil there is a lot of air spaces are there where the air is filled. So from that air spaces, whatever air is filled, the roots of the plant, they are able to exchange the gases by the process of diffusion. The roots that are in contact with the air in the soil, so they absorb the air that is present in between the soil particles. Oxygen diffuses into the root. That means oxygen which is present in the air in the soil particle comes inside the root and reaches to every cell of the root. And then after the respiration process takes place, then what happens, children? The carbon dioxide that is produced, it has to move out also, so it moves out through the same passage. Carbon dioxide gas produced in the cells of the root during respiration moves out through the same route here, again by the process of diffusion. So this diffusion process is the process through which oxygen penetrates inside and carbon dioxide is able to move out. Thus the respiration in the root occurs by the diffusion. The process you have to learn, children, it is the diffusion. Okay, now check this diagram also. There is a diagram given, children, of the plants. It is showing you the root and then it is showing you a section of the root. See the root? These are the roots, and the small hair-like structure can be seen, the root here. This is the soil particle, and in between them is the air spaces where the air is filled, which contains carbon dioxide as well as oxygen. So oxygen from here moves inside and carbon dioxide from the root here moves out. So this is how respiration takes place in the roots. So we are doing only this much today.